Yo, this is SoDrum86 bringing you another video. So I just thought I'd tell you guys this little story. I don't get a lot of troll comments, but there were two individuals. They weren't even subscribed to the channel. But first, everything started out cool. We would have nice back and forths, like genuinely nice, cool back and forths. Both of these individuals I thought were really, really cool. And mind you, I didn't know at the time that they weren't subscribed, but they would always comment on like every video. So I was like, okay, whether they agreed with me or disagreed with me, we always had a good rapport with each other. Up until recently, one of my most recent videos went off the rails. I had to block both of them. One of them got blocked in a earlier video. I just recently blocked another guy. Was it like Thursday night? And lo and behold, come the early release of the game, two different videos of guys that I'm subscribed to, he comments and he says, I'm going to save my money because of XYZ. He has some issues with what the game turned out to be. And I just thought that it was funny that, okay, you wanted to back this game so tough. You wanted to say all of this stuff to me because I had a difference of opinion than you, which was kind of came out of nowhere because we have been having great conversation. But after all of the things that you were saying, along with the disrespectful comments towards me, now you looking at the game and seeing how everything has turned out to be, and you're now like, I'm saving my money. I'm not getting it this year. They pissed me off. I can't believe that they didn't add this into the game. I can't believe that they didn't do this. And I was like, so that's pretty much what I was saying. So everything that I was saying, technically you did agree with. I don't know, man. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this story, I think it's funny. But number two, it just goes to show that even for the people who claim to love this game and they back this game wholeheartedly, 100%, it goes to show that you can't even trust them. Because this was somebody who he claimed to love this game and all of this other stuff. And but ever since the island turned out to not be what he wanted it to be, now he's going to save his money. Now, is that a problem? Absolutely not. But it's just kind of funny because I was getting a lot of hate towards my views on the game and how I was wrong about the things that I was saying. And then when it turned out that maybe I wasn't so wrong, now this individual is on my side to a certain degree of not getting the game. I'm going to get the game. I just simply said I'm going to wait. Like in my last video, WWE 2K25, I can wait. But I just thought it was funny, man. So it just goes to show that you really can't trust them, man. Another thing that I wanted to mention in this video is the idea, and now I get it. I understand having optimism. I understand having that hope of, you know what, maybe Visual Concepts will be greedy and you know, take advantage of the customers over there, but with WWE, maybe they won't. Now, granted, I didn't know that it would be this bad, but as we all now know, you earn up from 150 to 200 VC. I don't know if you can get over 200 VC. I've heard varying differences, but with what's the status and with I think it was Lex Express when he was on a stream with Kenny Bomb and Just Bryant. I think he even confirmed, if I'm not mistaken, that just like what's the status said, it's like 150 to 200 VC. But almost everything in the game is $6,000 and above. So 6,000 VC and above is the price of everything else. And he said, I remember they said that there's not even really a variation. So like all shoes will be like 18,000 or more. All jackets are a certain price, like 36, whatever. There's no really like it doesn't really vary. But anyways, but the whole idea is the fact that they're giving you so little VC to where it's going to take forever to level up your character, and if you want to make your character look cool, because that is a part of it. Making your character look cool is a part of these modes. You know, there's not really going to be many people that are just going to say, you know what, I want to be a 98 overall and that's it. I don't really want to wear cool stuff. No, they're going to want to wear cool stuff. That's part of the appeal. Now, I bring this up because, listen, man, this is Visual Concepts. This was always a part of the plan. When you make games like this, game modes like this, they're designed for people to spend their real world money. That's the whole idea. And the reason why they give you so little VC is so the player gets frustrated and they just, you know what? It's not that much. I'll spend the $10 here or the $15 here or the $20 here to get this X amount of VC. And then, you'll say to yourself, I'm just going to do it this one time. Well, if you create more than one wrestler, or if you start to realize that the grind is still not really paying off, you're going to want to spend a little bit more money for your one character that you've made. That's what these game modes are designed to do. I knew that this was going to come. Now, granted, again, I didn't know it was going to be as little as 150 to 200, but I knew that it would be a pain enough to make people just say, you know what? Let me just pull out my wallet. I don't know, man. It's like, again, I understand being hopeful that they weren't going to do this, but once the island, this is why so many fans were so upset and so against the island, because they saw this coming. But yet there were so many people who had the rose-colored glasses on. They were thinking that, it's not going to be this bad. They're not gonna nickel and dime us the way that they do with the NBA 2K franchise. And it's like, no, guys, they very much will. This is what these game modes are designed to do, because if they weren't, then they wouldn't even allow you to use your real world money. It would just be simply build up, earn through playing the game, and that's it. Because here's the thing that people have to realize, like the gaming company, Visual Concepts, 2K, this is what they have to realize, is that this is a wrestling title, right? The wrestling community is going to want to play a wrestling game. There may have been a few people who wanted something like the island, but they're the minority. What people wanted was for My Rise to have a free roam. Let's walk around backstage in gorilla position. Let's walk up to wrestlers and talk to them. Let's walk into Triple H's office and talk to him and see if we can get title matches and get in a Royal Rumble or something like that. People wanted free roam like SmackDown versus Raw 2011. That's what people wanted. But the thing that Visual Concept forgot is that, look, man, this is a wrestling game. So look, as I go through this menu, right, there are people who play the hell out of universe mode. So say if they just wanted to try out the island, right? They wanted to make the island a side piece. Well, if the grind is too much, they're going to think to themselves, I'll spend the money, or I don't have time for this because I have a universe to build. See you later. There's a ton of people who play My GM, and now you can play co-op with friends online. So again, if people are going to be playing My GM, do you think they're going to really have the time to dedicate to grinding their character in the island? No, because they're going to be like, well, me and my buddies need to get on the game pretty soon and go head to head in GM mode. There's people who play My Rise through multiple times. So while they're doing My Rise, where they actually can put their face on their character and not just have to use a generic face and all of this other stuff, and they get to import characters from Community Creations, do you think that they're really going to take the time to grind their character out in the island? No. For the most part, no. Because this is actually a good thing. For what it's worth, 2K does have options. There's different things that people can do. But for years, people have dedicated their playing time to universe mode. People have dedicated playing time to My GM since it's come back. And these two modes in particular are game modes that they do take up time. It takes time, even though it's fun, it takes time to build a universe mode. Get your shows set up. What arenas are you going to use? Right? Are you going to use custom arenas? Are you going to use the arenas that are all accurate to real life? Well, who are you going to have on your roster? Do you want your roster to stay what the roster is in real life? Do you want to change it up a bit? Do you want to get rid of some of the mid-card titles? Do you want to keep them? Do you want, there's so much that goes into creating these things. Even for GM mode, it's the same kind of idea where there's so many different things that are in play that keep your playing time kind of dedicated to those specific modes. So the island is only going to speak to so many people. especially if you turn a lot of people off by how hard you make the grind, right? How time consuming you make the grind. We are, for the most part, all adults playing this game. Now, yes, there's some young kiddos playing this game. There's teenagers and younger playing this game that are into wrestling. But a lot of people that play this game, you do have a large fan base where we got 9 to 5 jobs. Some people, this is their job, but for a lot of us, we have 9 to 5 jobs. We have families to take care of. We have all of these different things. So do you really think that we're going to take the time to grind our characters in the island, only getting 150 to 200 VC and all of this other stuff? No, a lot of people are either going to take the easy route or they're going to just not want to play the mode regardless. They're just not going to want to play the mode. I see so many people now getting so hyped for universe mode. So they're not going to really want to play the island. Not saying that it's not going to have any kind of traction to it, but from what everybody has been hearing about it, from what I've been hearing about it, it really doesn't sound like what all it's cracked up to be. It doesn't sound like what it's all cracked up to be. So I don't know, guys. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is at this point. But I just wanted to make this video to talk about those two things, man. The fact that we knew that the island was going to be a money grab. We knew that they were going to make the grind as hard as possible so it can get you to spend money. That's what these modes are designed about. And that one of my detractors that I had to, excommunicado from the channel, that was one of the things that they kept fighting me on because they kept saying, it's my choice if I want to spend. Oh, I get it. It's everybody's choice. But you're not understanding that the game mode is designed for people to just say, you know what? I've had it. I'm going to spend the money. I'm just going to spend the money. Because you got to think, people who got the early release, I heard with the VC that you can get your player up to a 98 overall. So for everybody who got the game early, they're going to be at a super advantage over people who haven't. So if you just want to grind and take your time to level up, it's going to be just like with NBA 2K. It's going to be pay to win. It's going to be pay to win. People, that's not the best way to go about your game, especially a wrestling game. It's not what we wanted. It's just not what we wanted at the end of the day. But I just find it funny that I actually had somebody that I thought was cool, turned out not to be so cool, was starting to go against everything that I was saying, and then turns around and says the same things that I was saying in the comment section to these 2 videos that I watched. And then they said they're saving their money, and they talked about how frustrated they were. But when it came to me, and I feel like I don't really sound too bad in these videos. There's people a lot worse than me on YouTube. I've seen some negative videos on 2K where it sounds like people are just like flipping out and going crazy. It sounds like these guys are flipping out, going crazy, man, cussing all over the place. I mean, it's crazy, right? But, it does go to show that just only thing that matters is you have a different opinion. That's really the only thing that matters. If your opinion is different, you'll get attacked just simply for your opinion being different. Please, guys, understand if you're coming to this channel and you're new, not for the ones who have already subscribed, because you already know what this is. For the ones of you who are new, just tuning in, please understand this. I'm not talking about 2K in a bad way just because. I'm simply talking about this game and the things that I want it to do better, the things that I want to see improve, not just for me, but for everybody's experience. So for all of these game modes that you see on the screen right now, I know this is 2K24, but for all of the game modes that you see, well, minus my faction, nobody cares about that. But I want every single mode here to be better, to do better, to be what fans actually want. That is all. Because this game has so much potential. It has so much potential to be great. But that's it. That's it. You guys let me know what you feel in the comment section. I'm not going to hold you. This your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.